Welcome to our video set on optimizing your PC. In this video, we'll discuss things you need to be aware of in your PC's operation. In this video set, I'm going to talk you through ways, and I should stress, easy to implement ways, that can make your Windows PC considerably faster so that you can be a lot more productive without having to buy any new software or make any significant changes to your computer, any significant additions to your computer. Just a few changes can make quite a difference. But in this first video, let me initially talk you through things you should be aware of. If your computer is an old model, for example, at the present time, I'm working with computers that are generally Pentium 4s and often 3 gigahertz speed or even faster, with 512 megs to often a gigabyte of RAM memory or even more. If that's the sort of setup you have, that's a good computer setup. And if your computer is slow, even with such a configuration, then something quite serious is happening. And I'll talk through that in just a moment. That said, I'll be doing these demonstrations in Windows XP. As I record this, the newest configuration of Windows is Vista, and Vista does need a considerably more powerful PC than XP. However, as I record this, XP is still very much the majority operating system on computers, so that's what I'll be doing the demonstration in. So if you do have an older computer, for example Pentium 2 or Pentium 3, then using these tips, you may be able to get a speed increase out of your computer, but you never will really get that older model working really fast. If you're happy working with a computer that doesn't run exceptionally fast, then that's fine. And actually, one of my older laptops that I still use from time to time is, in fact, a Pentium 2 with 128 megabytes of RAM and running Windows 2000, and it works fine for when I'm in a patient mood. But obviously, I'm never going to get speed increases with such an older model. So, do bear that in mind. And also, if your computer has almost ground to a halt, then it could be something a lot more serious than making changes to the computer. Making small changes to the computer can actually be a benefit. It may, for example, be adware or spyware, which would be pretty apparent if you're getting constant pop-ups, for example, or other annoyances. So in such circumstances, you want to get a good anti-adware, antivirus, anti-spyware package like Zone Alarm or McAfee or whichever one you wish, and try to clean your PC that way. Or it may be that there's something really wrong with your computer, either hardware-based or software-based. For example, I know of value computers purchased from stores that come with XP and a bunch of other software already installed, and for whatever reason, the software wasn't configured very well, and within a few months the computer almost ground to a halt. There wasn't anything physically wrong with the computer, it was just that the software had been badly configured. And it's difficult to recover from that without formatting the hard drive, as it's called, blanking the hard drive, and then reinstalling Windows and Word and everything else from scratch. You can do that, but it can be quite a big job. It can take a day or two full time. And if you do that, obviously you need to know what you're doing, or you can pass that task over to someone more technically minded. But obviously, make sure you have backups of all your data, and you've made a careful note of all the software you have installed, so that when you pass it over to the person reinstalling your software, they can blank your hard drive, reinstall Windows, update all the security patches, reinstall your firewall and all your software, and so on. And if you have a value computer, it should run a lot faster. Then you can just copy your data back. For example, you may have copied it to a hard drive or a memory stick. So if it's really slow, then, as I mentioned, it can be something quite serious. But if you think you can get more speed out of your computer, and generally Pentium 4 with 512 megabytes of RAM or more should really be quite fast, if not very fast. So if it's not, that's hopefully where these tips and tricks on how to make your computer faster will come in. And they're all easy to apply, and they aren't particularly technical, but they're often hidden from you because you may not have been aware of them. And just a few of them can make quite a dramatic difference. So that's what I'll be talking through in the coming videos.